Well, greetings, everyone. My name is Matthew Gargano, and I am your professor for your career development course. This is Career Development E242, Section 12, 2018 Spring Quarter Term 2. So, this particular course starts on Wednesday, May 9th, and it ends on Saturday, June 16th. Now, this is the first of 3 videos that I need you to watch to position you properly so you can be as successful as possible throughout this course. This is the first video, establishing a firm foundation. You will also click on the links below. Video number 2 is course navigate. Sorry, not the links below. The links in the welcome announcement. So if you found me here, you should have gotten to me by the welcome announcement that I have posted to the your course homepage. Please make sure you read thoroughly that welcome announcement and go through the series of 3 videos. This one that you're obviously watching, establishing a firm foundation. Video number 2, course navigation, and video number 3, grading and rubrics. A little bit about me in addition to what I have, and if you keep seeing me looking over sort of to the abyss, it's I've got a split screen and I've got the course set up on my left-hand side. I just want to make sure I'm very thorough, and I like to make sure that I cover everything. So a little bit about me in addition to what I have posted in the welcome announcement, what I also have posted in the instructor block, and also in the student lounge. Some of it might be redundant, but that's okay. I've been in higher education for over 16 years. I primarily teach business. I enjoy business very much. I also enjoy teaching career development equally as much, and I'll share why with you in a minute. I'm also an entrepreneur. I have a corporation that I own. I have a sole proprietorship, and I also have a nonprofit organization, which is my way of giving back. Also, I'm a pastor. I am a father. I have a wonderful son who is now grown. I'm a grandfather, which I'm still getting used to. I have a grandson. But I say all this to say that I come with a wealth of knowledge and experience that I want to make available to you to help you step into and become the best version of yourselves that you can be. If you look at the themes of everything I listed in terms of professionally, the common theme is people development. I love to help develop people and to, excuse me, and to help people to identify their gifts and their talents and to step into the best life that they can possibly have, professionally and personally. So I value and I'm grateful for the opportunities that I have that are in alignment with the vision and the mission and the goals that I have set forth in my life. And part of that obviously is through teaching and through career development as well. So this is why one of the many reasons why I love career development. Many people have a misunderstanding of career development, or they have an underappreciation or an undervalue for career development. And because of that, they don't leverage career development properly. And then they wonder why they're not really where they should be or would like to be in their careers, or they're stuck, right? People think career development is, I'm just going to make a resume. I'm going to make the best resume that I can. And that's it. Well, that is your resume in the grand scheme of career development. Like if you look at your computer screen, in the grand scheme of career development, your resume is one little dot on the canvas of career development. Career development is so much more, as you're going to learn throughout this course. And actually, there's a lot of things through the live classroom that I'm going to teach you and share with you that aren't in the course, because that's an opportunity for you to really leverage me in terms of my expertise and my knowledge and my skills through the live classrooms, which we'll talk about momentarily. But getting back to career development. Career development is about creating and maintaining and promoting and leveraging your professional identity. And there's a lot that goes with that, and we're going to cover that through the course of this course. As a professional and as a business owner and as a business consultant, here's what I'm going to share with you. So, many people think again, well, it's about the resume, making sure I have the right resume. Well, here's the thing, right? So when I've got somebody's resume in my hand, or I'm doing resume consulting for another business owner or a company or a recruitment firm, and I'm looking at the resume and I'm holding your resume, let's say it's your resume in my hand, right? And I'm going to determine whether I'm going to put this resume in the I'm not going to further consider you, or I'm going to put this resume in the I want to further consider you. Here's how long it takes me and the average person to determine whether I'm going to move you forward or I'm going to not consider you further. 10 seconds. 10 seconds. So think about that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I just determined whether I'm going to put your resume down and not further consider it, or I'm going to move you forward to further consideration. Very, very important. So again, a lot goes into your career development, and a resume is one small piece. It has to do with what have you done to create, maintain, promote, and leverage your professional identity up to this point and continue on in terms of where you want to be. So I'm excited about this course to be able to do that, because I want you to be a cut above the rest. When that individual and that prospective employer is looking at the 500 resumes that came in for that position, 10 seconds, I want your resume to stand out among the other 499 resumes on that person's desk, and I want to help you get there. So I say this to say I'm excited about this course. And this is one of the many reasons why I'm very excited about career development, because I want to invest in you through the knowledge and the expertise that I can deliver through this course and in other ways. One of those other ways is the live classroom. So let's talk about live classrooms for a second. I conduct a series of 3 live classroom sessions, and then I'm going to give you 3 other live classrooms that I do that are a little different, and I'll save that for the end. I'm sorry, 3 live classroom sessions, and then 2 that I do a little bit different that I'll save till the end. Now, here's what I do with the 3 live classroom sessions. I use the live classroom sessions as a leverage point to answer your questions that you have about career development. And the live classroom sessions, depending on the quality of the questions that you submit to me, can be a very powerful momentum for you to really step into career development. So for your first live classroom assignment for Module 1, okay, which is due on Sunday, May 13th, you will not have an actual live classroom session to watch. In order to do your Module 1 live classroom assignment, what I want you to do is I'm giving you your assignment now. I want you to submit for your Module 1 live classroom assignment. I want you to submit the top 3 areas, topics, or questions that you want me to cover throughout this course as it relates to career development. And then what I do is I compile all the questions, I put them in sort of related categories, and then the following weeks, so your live classroom session 1, then for module 2 assignment, session 2 for module 3, and session 3 for module 4 will be a Q&A of me answering those questions. Here's the other thing. I don't call out people's names, okay? So if you have sensitive questions such as, what do I do? I've been out of the workforce for a long time, or, I'm coming back into the workforce later on in my life, or, I was terminated from a job. How do I explain that? Or I'm making a career change, or I've got a criminal record. You feel free to ask the questions. I want you to ask the questions knowing I'm not going to call your name. I'm going to be like, Dion said that, X, Y, and Z. So Dion, I'm going to answer your question. Or Alice said X, Y, and Z. I'm going to answer your question. I'm not going to do that. I don't tie names with the questions. What I do is, again, I compile the question. I say, okay, now we're going to go through the questions, and I'll read the question, but not the name, and say, here's the answer to the question. So think about the questions that you want me to answer throughout the next 2 to 3 weeks in terms of the live classroom modules. It could have to do with what are the best interview questions to ask? What are the worst interview questions to ask? How do I overcome being nervous? How do I be more confident? How do I speak better? How do I prep for an interview? What should I wear? What should I be doing now as a student a traditional age college student who is entering the workforce or who's about to enter the workforce? Or what do I do now as a professional already in the workforce to advance my career? Or what do I do if I'm already in a career and I went back to school to change careers? Or what do I do if I went back to school so I can start a different type of professional career? These are all great questions. What are other questions? What are the different types of interview? How should I interview for a phone interview versus in person versus via the web? Other types of questions, lots of questions. I'm trying to think. I don't want to give too many away. I'm just sort of saying the most common education experience, things of that nature. I really want you to think about, and again, this is your opportunity to really leverage this course and get the most out of it. I want you to think about between now, which when you view this, it'll be Wednesday, May 9th, and Sunday when it's due, I want you to think about, again, the top 3 topics, areas, or questions that you want me to address, okay? And then what I do, I just want to click on my calendar here to make sure I have the dates right. And then what I do is, so May 13th is the deadline to submit all of your written assignments and your each week your written assignments, and I cover this more in the course navigation and the grading and rubrics, but just to sort of do a high level point here to what we're talking about. Sundays are the days that you submit your module written assignments and your live classroom assignments. Okay, so May 13th will be the first live classroom assignment for module 1 that you'll submit. Again, there's nothing to view. I just gave you what you need to do for your assignment. And then May 15th, which is Tuesday, I will hold the first 3 live classroom assignments on Tuesdays from 6 p.m. to 7 p.m. Central Standard Time, okay? 6 p.m. to 7 p.m. Central Standard Time on Tuesdays. So our first live classroom will be conducted on Tuesday, May 15th from 6 to 7 p.m. And then you'll use that live classroom lecture to then go ahead and answer the questions for your Module 2 live classroom assignment. You get that? And then we'll have our second live classroom on May 22nd from 6 to 7 p.m. You'll use the live classroom 2 to answer the module 3 live classroom assignment. Then on the 29th, which is Tuesday, from 6 to 7 p.m., I will conduct the live classroom 3 lecture, and then you'll use that to answer your module 4 live classroom assignment, and so on and so forth. And then, like I said, the last two, June 5th and then June 12th, I'll give you further instructions on those. Now, here's the other point I want to make about that. You don't have to be there live, okay? I understand that the reason why many students take online courses is because you want that flexibility. Please, 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 I can't say it enough, don't feel obligated like you have to log in and be there live on those Tuesdays. Most times, I have 0 students, and I'm okay with that. Sometimes I have 1, sometimes I have 2. I am okay with that because I know you guys are busy and you want the flexibility. So here's what I do. Regardless of whether I have 0 students or 1 or 2 or 3 trillion, I'm going to do the live assignments and I'm going to conduct them in the Q&A format. And then what I'm going to do, again, completely optional. You're welcome to sign in, join along, ask questions if you want, whatever, but you don't have to. And again, most students don't. Once I'm done with the live classroom lecture, I record them. I will go ahead and post the link so you're able to watch it at your leisure and build that into your schedule for what makes most sense to you and watch it as your leisure. So those are the questions for the live classroom lectures and the live classroom assignments. So the other thing I want to talk about is you want to make sure you go through the, and I cover this in course navigation, but you want to go through your course navigation. You want to especially make sure you go through your course home, your messages. Very important. I strongly recommend you printing out your syllabus. Your syllabus is your roadmap for the course. Again, your course starts on Wednesday, May 9th. It ends on Saturday, 6/16. Now, normally, your weekly written assignments, your module written assignments, and your live classroom assignments are all due Sunday by midnight, 11:59 p.m. Central Standard Time. They are due. So that being said, your Module 1 assignments will be due accordingly on May 13th, and then so on and so forth. Now, the exception to that is the last week, your Module 6, because class ends on a Saturday, June 16th, everything has to be in for Module 6 on that Saturday. There's another exception to this. Normally, your initial discussion posts are due on Tuesdays, and your response is due that Saturday. Well, obviously, the course started on Wednesday, so Tuesday already passed. So for week 1 only, your Module 1 initial discussion post and your Module 1 discussion post response will both be due on Saturday. Saturday by 11:59 Central Standard Time. On Saturday. And then moving forward, and this is all, I explained it more in the course navigation, and also it's all posted on your calendar. Moving forward, initial discussion post due on Tuesday, reply due on Saturday. But again, I strongly recommend you look at that calendar, you print it out. I've got everything in such detail of what is due when throughout the entire course. It's very clear, it's very simple. The other thing I recommend, and I talk about this in my course navigation, but that's okay, is you're getting started. Your getting started is a more detailed roadmap than your syllabus. So where your syllabus sort of gives you the high level roadmap, your getting started actually goes into each module and it breaks down what is contained within each module and how much time each module should take you, broken down by what assignments and activities are due, including the reading. So it's a great way to plan ahead and look through your getting started so you can plan out your weeks and set aside the time that you need. Again, go through, once you're done with this video, you're going to want to go through the other two videos. You can click on the two links, the course navigation and the grading and rubrics. The final thing I'll say, and I don't believe I mentioned this in the grading and rubrics, but here's what happens in terms of grading deadlines, okay? I have until Friday of each week to grade the assignments that are due for that week. So for example, all the assignments that are due May 13th, I have until May 18th to get those assignments graded. So that being said, if you're submitting assignments on the 9th and the 10th and the 11th, know that I have that aren't due until the 13th. So if you're submitting early, know that I have until that Friday of that week to get those assignments back to you. That being said, normally, because I'm sensitive to a lot of students want their feedback sooner rather than later, and especially because with the resume building, your feedback from your previous is incorporated into your next. I do try to get the grading done sooner than Friday, much sooner than Friday. So I try to, usually my window for grading is Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, and then I continue to grade throughout the week. But I just want to let you know that I do have until Friday of each week, the Friday of when the deadline is due. So again, deadline for Module 1 is Sunday the 13th. I have until Friday the 18th. Deadline for Module 2, Sunday the 20th. I have until Friday the 25th. But again, I do try to get done early, but just so you know, sort of that turnaround time. And that's all I have for you tonight. So again, I'm really excited to be your professor and your facilitator throughout this 5.5 weeks. I'm just believing that you're really gonna learn so much more above and beyond that you thought you would. And that's all for now. Have a great start, finish strong, and end well. And I will catch you throughout the weeks. Remember to go watch those two modules, and I will talk to you soon.